What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Cam back with another video, man. Today we're gonna be speaking on what SGA and all the haters, man. They hating on the kid, man. They hating on the guy. SGA, they hating on your boy, man. For whatever reason. Well, we all know why. But anyways, yeah, man, they hating on your boy SGA, man. SGA, y'all know, just won the MVP yesterday or the day before that. Well, no, it was one up, but they announced it. SGA, your official MVP. It's not like we already didn't know pretty much where it was going. They weren't gonna give it to Jokic a fourth time unless Jokic team was, unless they beat OKC or his team finished like in that top three, they probably would have gave it to Jokic then. But we already know where the MVP going. Pretty much Shea been solid this whole season, and yeah, man, they hating on your boy, and most of the fans is Nikola Jokic fans and Luka Doncic fans who I'm seeing hating on this dude. And the reason I say this is because I'm going on Twitter, just looking at all the replies from this dude winning MVP. And, of course, OKC, we all know, still in the playoffs, playing in the Western Conference Finals, up 2-0 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just beat them last night. And everybody got their own little narrative they throwing out there on SGA saying he's a free throw merchant. Says, all that little stuff. But we're gonna come with some facts. First off, SGA, the reason why he get a lot of foul calls is not because most of the foul calls he gets, for the most part, are actually fouls, because some dudes in today's era are not fundamentally sound on the defensive end. That's for one. So before you dudes come and judging SGA about him foul baiting and doing all this foul shit, you gotta remember that a lot of dudes in this era aren't defensively minded. Like they're picking up, and if they are, some of these guys are not smart. So what they do, they hack. They like to hack. You can't be hacking niggas if you know they gonna call a foul. That's for one. Two, SGA is aggressive at going to the basket, dickheads. What did they say? What is the number one rule? Or it ain't really the number one rule. It's one of the rules in basketball that coaches always say. You attack the basket, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get fouled. You know why? Because you're putting pressure on the defense. And when you're dynamic like Shea, when you're so dynamic like Shea, who can get to the rim, who can pretty much do everything on the basketball court at will, you gonna get rewarded. Duh. And I seen a stat. It made sense as to why Shea get a lot of foul calls. For one, he has led the NBA in drive baskets over the last four years or so. 3 to 4 years, and that just speaks volume right there. And that just debunks all the narrative around Shea. Some of the foul calls in this Minnesota series that he's been getting, you can question them, but the primary defender has been Jaden McDaniels on SGA. Jaden McDaniels, as good as a defender he is, he does have a tendency to hack a lot. even I think he fouled out a couple times in this playoffs alone. And it wasn't even in the series versus OKC or versus Shea. It was in the Lakers series, and I want to say it was in the Warriors, one of the Warriors games that they fouled out, if I'm not mistaken. Not for sure, but yeah, Jaden McDaniels has a tendency of doing a lot of reaching. Even though he's a great defender, he can slide his feet. He has intangibles. He's not the smartest defender, as I would say. Man, with SGA, bro, all it is, bro, let's just call it what it is. But let's not beat around the bush. I know you niggas are not gonna like it. Nikola Jokic fans, Luka Doncic fans, because y'all, the guy that y'all praise, the two guys that y'all praise are at home. They don't play no defense. There's always the excuses as to why they don't get the job done. But let's just be honest. You guys are racist, and you guys hate that SGA because he's black is getting all the foul calls. That's the reality of it, nigga. And it is what it is. And I'm gonna just call it down the line how I see it. Hey, because if this was a Nikola Jokic getting 10 free throws a game, nobody would be complaining, right? Yeah, because it's Nikola Jokic, right? Because he got the complexion for the protection, right? Yeah, you niggas is mad because Shea is black and he get all the foul calls. You niggas weren't saying this about Kobe and Jordan when they was getting all the foul calls, nigga. Yeah, nigga, and they got more foul calls than Shea at times, nigga. Even though, and the reason I brought up Michael Jordan and Kobe is because they're considered one of the best players to ever play the game. So, of course, nobody would say nothing about them. Or nah, you had some dudes that would bring up that. I take that back. You had some dudes that would bring up them getting a lot of foul calls and everything going their way, pretty much. Because dudes are out there hacking and beating their ass up. There was complaints about, especially Jordan, when they was had to implement Jordan rules for the Pistons and shit. Everybody was so-called complaining about Jordan getting all the foul calls. But the reality is, it was because, and I was just trolling with the racist shit. But some of these dudes is actually racist when it comes to their favorite player, because these dudes praise Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic so much. They have done nothing. Or Nikola Jokic, I give Jokic his props. He went out there, won Denver a championship. That was big in itself. You got to give him his props. He is top 2 in the league when it comes to best player in the league. So Jokic, we give Jokic grace, but what I'm trying to get is they have no problem with all Luka Doncic crying to the rest. And Luka Doncic, I love Luka Doncic, but I have to keep it so thorough. He is worse than Shea at foul baiting. If anyone want to talk about a nigga foul baiting, it's Luka. He looks for the call. He don't even look to get the bucket. At least Shea, he looks to get the bucket at times. Because Shea, he can get buckets, of course. But most of the time, Luka Doncic is worse than Shea. And that's why you want to be honest, Luka fans, why y'all are so mad at SGA, because he getting all the shine right now. Nigga, the reason why the media is hating on Luka or whatever y'all saying, going at Luka, is because his style of play. No defense, looking for every foul call, crying to the refs. Bruh, they had a whole segment last year in the finals. Is Luka gonna stop crying to the refs? And you niggas want to bring up SGA. You niggas want to keep on bringing up SGA because he won MVP and because they didn't give it to Nikola Jokic. Get the fuck out of here, bro. SGA was by far, if you want to keep it real, he's by far the best player in the league this season. And it was point blank period, nigga. You niggas got to deal with SGA. And if he wins a championship, he's going to be the face of the damn NBA. At least for the upcoming years, if, OKC continue to make deep playoff runs. And this just is what it is. SGA, MVP, get props to the best player. And I don't like OKC, by the way. I'm a Mavs fan, so I don't like these dudes. We beat these dudes. I did feel like they was getting, a lot of praise for actually not doing anything or making the deep playoff run yet. And now they just turning, and now that they did make the, I'm glad I did kind of look at OKC and be like, okay, this is the best team in the NBA. Because you can't, it's no way that you can really hate on how the way those dudes play the game of basketball. They're physical, they get it after it. And they're a fun team to watch, to be honest, if we're being honest. They're a fun team, they're one of the most fun teams to watch in the NBA. And it just is what it is. But like I said, I don't like OKC like that. But if they go out here, get to the finals, win a championship, gotta get those dudes their props. They went and got the job done. And SGA gonna get a lot of credit. SGA, I already knew SGA was that dude. SGA was the best, even against us last year. SGA was the best player in that series. Despite PJ Washington going off damn near every game in that series and helping the Mavs win. But that's just, Luka had a couple good games in that series as well, where he closed the deal. But for the most part, SGA was the best player in that series. And he's been one of the best players in this playoffs so far. I wouldn't say the best player in the playoffs, but definitely top 5. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, man. I had to come in here and cook the Nikola Jokic fans because it's really you Nikola Jokic fans. You dudes is really bad. That SGA got the MVP over y'all. Great white hope, but make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, man. I'm out.